Maybe you can give me a little clarification on this. This is serious, too. I talked to Thiago Alves, and I don't know that this was said to anyone else, but he had a throwaway comment when I talked to him before UFC 107, and he said he had worked with you before the Aldo fight, but he knew you were going to be in some trouble because you were dealing with a lot of stuff before the fight. So what was going on before the fight?
I was actually training with Thiago, and 6 days before the fight, he kneed me in the face, and I had to get 18 stitches above my eye.
That's not good.
It was like 6 days before. We were drilling. I went to shoot. We were hard drilling. We're going pretty tough, but he's under control. Thiago is very good, so you can go with him. But I happened to shoot when he threw a knee, and I ran right into his knee. There was no pad on, and I got 18 stitches above my right eye. And I had to see a plastic surgeon. They put dissolvable stitches in there,
Mm-hmm.
But, I knew it was going to come open, and I was just mentally, I was just like, what the hell am I doing, But I did it because, you trained out. I was in great shape, and there's no reason. You're like, yeah, it's just going to bleed, But my mind wasn't perfect for the fight, and with Aldo, man, you got to be on because that guy's good, That guy's no joke, no doubt.
Yep. And I remember sitting in front of you after the fight, and I used the term, I think, to you, and then also when I wrote the story up, that you kind of just looked shell-shocked, like you didn't, know what the hell just happened. I don't know if you were still stunned, from all the punches you took or the strikes you took, but it just kind of looked like the whole event breezed by and you didn't know what happened.
I didn't get hurt,
Yeah.
I wasn't ever wobbled or rocked or my legs were never woozy, I just was the whole experience. I didn't truly want to be there, and I just was kind of punching in the clock, and I made a commitment, so I'm doing it, but I wasn't 100%, and I don't know. It wasn't my night,
Yeah. So tell me, is everything going okay down at American Top Team? Because we hear a lot about drama down there. Is there a splintering? Is something happening where guys aren't getting the training, the focus training they need to get?
No, it's fine. I think that we have so much depth and stuff. So if you got guys hurt or some guy's doing something, he's on vacation. You got a lot of guys traveling for this. So we got so much depth. You always have guys to train with, especially for little guys. I don't know. Maybe it might be tougher for the heavier guys.
Yeah.
But the little guys, 45, 155, we have a lot of good guys. So for me, even when I got 3 or 4 guys out, I still have about 4 or 5 more great world-class fighters that have fought at the highest level, to train with every day to mix guys up,
So the loss to Aldo, and we're talking to Mike Brown, the loss to Aldo has got to make you extremely hungry, considering the fact, too, with a lot of media people, and especially the fans, it's amazing when you're on a high. You go right into the pound-for-pound top 10. As soon as you lose, there's no way you can beat that guy, and now you're on the downslide.
I know. I know how the sport is, and I knew it was coming anyway.
Yeah.
That's how the fans are. I knew, I'm a realist, I'm not going to go undefeated forever. I'm going to, if I keep fighting, unless you just, win a couple, and then I'm going to get out, I'm going to retire, Usually guys just keep fighting and fighting and fighting until they start slipping and losing fights. Then you realize, man, I'm not the same fighter I used to be. And then, that's going to happen to everybody. And man, the sport it's brutal, man. You're the king of the world, and then they just throw you in the trash the next day, once you lose one.
Well, if you're not on a winning streak,
for me,
yeah.
I'm very, very thankful. Man, WEC has been great to me, calling me, make sure I've been all right. Same with Tap Out and Champion Nutrition and Bushmaster, all my big sponsors. They all called me the night of or the day after and talked to me on a personal level and said they were, don't worry, this is no problem. It meant a lot. I didn't really expect it to be them that comforting,
Now, I shouldn't have to remind you to mention your other sponsor. Didn't you get a car?
Oh, yeah, Prestige Audi.
Come on now, please.
Yeah, Prestige Audi, they're hooking me up. They're from North Miami, and I'm driving right now, actually. I'm driving to the mall getting some new shoes.
Excellent. And it was a quick experience with Jose Aldo. Is he the type of guy, when you get to face him next time around, that you don't go in and go, hey, I'm going to fight the fight wherever it goes, or do you have to really play to your strengths more this time around and have a game plan going in?
I was kind of doing what I've been doing in all my fights, kind of, just doing my thing, taking it easy, not just trying to looking for an opening, fighting a fight. And, it's been working, but when you lose, then you got to try to reanalyze things and change things. So I think if I had to change things, I would be a lot more aggressive.
Yep.
And start getting more back to that, just bully style, put the pedal to the floor right off the bat and go and be a little more wild and reckless and try to crack the guy, as opposed to getting a groove and slow things down and kind of pace for a 5-round fight. I think I would just come out more ballistic, like, here we go. We're fighting right now. I think that's what would, if I could change my game plan, that's what it would have to be.
And then
will it work? Who the hell knows?
Yeah.
But you got to change something if the first plan didn't work.
I was going to say, at least that way you can walk away from the fight and not feel like, hey, I didn't do what I was supposed to do. I put it all out there.
Something, I think I changed my body a little bit, honestly, too. Getting ready for the last, little over a year or so, I started training for 5-round fights. I was doing a lot of boxing, a lot more running. So I think I got a little smaller and a little less explosive and I lost some of my power. But I can go a lot longer. I'm more built now for a 30-minute fight.
Right.
Where I used to be built more for like a 10-minute fight, just that bigger, stronger, and just for 10 minutes, 15 minutes max, But now I can go 30 minutes, no problem. But when you're running at that pace, it's not the same. You're not quite as powerful. Same if you're doing a 5K run or a 100-meter dash. It's a different pace and a different body type.
Well, and I think it's going to be real interesting this year. 2010 will be the year where we see, what Mike Brown and what Uriah Faber do, because both of you guys were dubbed when you were champs unbeatable. And, now it's time to climb back up the mountain, and Aldo's the guy. So there's going to be some challengers out there for him. They're coming at 145.
No, there's a lot of good guys, and all those amazing fighter. He really is very talented. But there's a bunch of young kids out there that are all good. So I'm just trying to take one fight at a time. Man, I got Anthony Morrison on my plate right now. He's no joke. He hits hard. He's got good wrestling. So that's all I'm worried about right now.
All right, Mike.